So I sponsor Juan. He's from Guatemala City. When I did see him, he was just a young kid, small boy. He lived in just a fairly isolated small town, I believe in the northern part of Guatemala. He spoke kind of Spanish. He actually spoke a more native language called Quiche. I started sponsoring with Compassion because I heard about it through my dad, who ultimately heard about it through the Global Leadership Summit. I started sponsoring Juan because I looked up on their website. I didn't know where to start, what country to start from, so I just looked up my name and my birthday, John and July 3rd, and I managed to find Juan from Guatemala, who was also born on July 3rd in a later year. He's quite a bit younger than me. And that's where it all began. So writing letters to Juan started right away, and they're back and forth. You've got a bit of a time delay, so it can be hard to get used to. And then when we ended up visiting him, I was actually reinforced and learned the importance of writing letters and how big a deal it is to them. The money is obviously important as well, but to have that relationship with someone across the world who they know cares about them means a lot. After that, wanted to keep a connection, continue writing. It can be hard. You get sucked into life and you can start to slack a little bit, but honestly, it's still amazing to be able to receive a letter from Juan and his family to see how they're doing, especially even as different events that are affecting me can affect him. So even as we're going through COVID, getting to hear how his family's doing, how they're dealing with it, how I'm dealing with it, we get to relate over that. Little things like that can be a big deal. Sending pictures of him of like little things like snow, because I live in Canada, and to him it's extravagant to see, or a family and people in my life and who I've introduced into my life, and vice versa. You can send pictures to me, what he's doing with the money, what he's buying, how he's using it, what he's learning in school, because he was just a little kid when I first met him, so to get him to see him grow up, it's pretty incredible. And I got to play a part in making a difference. Letters help to communicate that throughout, tell the story. So I did get to visit my sponsor child, and it was a big deal. It was honestly like a turning point for me. With meeting Juan and my relationship with him, there's something about being able to sit down face to face, even if there is a language barrier, being able to just interact and play with him and hang out with him and see how, he's not much different than kids here. He's not different. The kids all communicate the same way and through fun and playing. So I got to visit him 2 times actually. First time, like almost right away when I started sponsoring him, I was in grade 8, so I was fairly young at 13. And then we went again the following year. And the first year we got to go to essentially a Guatemalan style Chuck E. Cheese, which was pretty cool to see. And like I said earlier, he gets to come from a fairly remote part of Guatemala. So for him to come into Guatemala City and see an incredible place like a Chuck E. Cheese, a Guatemalan Chuck E. Cheese, was big. He would have never seen that before, might not have even had the opportunity to see that. So to see his reaction as you're running around with slides and bicycle car or bicycle car looking things for him to play with, or for me to play marbles with him, and burgers and fries. It was cool to see his reaction. And then the following year we went back again, and this time we went to a theme park / zoo, which was pretty cool. Would have been a first time to me to have both those combined. But again, to see his reaction as we're going on a roller coaster, I get to sit next to him and see his reaction as he's tensing up next to me, or hands in the air, showing him how to have fun on a roller coaster. I think consistently through both times, my favorite part is to see his experience at these places, because for us it's maybe not something special. The peacocks were cool, but a roller coaster, we'd been on it before, but to go on it with him was like a whole new experience, to see it from his perspective. I think what I love most about sponsoring through Compassion is truly, since I was able to go there and see compassion, how they work, to know that he's taken care of, and that ultimately they've got all the angles covered. They have their development centers set up. They've got important things with health care, dental work, and checkups and things like that. School, teaching, and spiritually, they're there for him, showing him God's word, the importance of spirituality and your relationship with God, prayer. Yeah, and that ultimately, as I'm giving donations, I can see the difference it's making. I know that they're giving everything to him. They're confirming with me the things he's getting, and they just do an excellent job of almost removing the organization part and making it just you and your sponsor child, and how you're making a difference, and how with compassion you're investing locally. So they move through the church, they move through the people there who know what the community needs, and you can't get better help than that, I feel like. Someone who's been born there and knows what's happening. So I know that the best possible help is being given to them.